Hi, Mona. Okay, so we'll start with our invocation. So sit comfortably. If you're on a chair, let your feet be comfortably flat on the ground, your back supported, and relax your shoulders. Then repeat after me. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Welcome everyone to the third session. We have Abhishek, Anirudh, Madhuri, Mona. Hi. Okay.
Hello.
So we'll start with the recitation. So who is the volunteer? Who would like to volunteer today? Anybody wants to volunteer? We have Shushri and Shreya also joining. Hi.
Hello. Namaste, everybody.
Namaste.
I'm happy to volunteer.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Lord, ourselves.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार बरनउँ रघुवर विमल जस जो दायक फल चार बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरऊ कलेस विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे रामचंद्र जी के काज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जी आए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए रघुपति किन्नहि बहुत बढ़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि संभाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस भय श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीना राम मिलाए राजपद दीना तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माहे जल्द लागे गए अचरज नाहि दुर्गम काज जगत के तेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक कांपते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, अष्ट सॉरी।
अष्टसिद्धि असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे।
अरे,
अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि
निधि
के
के दाता
दाता।
असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त काई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमरे हनुमत बल बीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटई बंदी महासुख होई। जो ये पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजे नाथ हृदय में डेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरणा, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसौ सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र पद जय शरणम।
Thank you. Thank you, Nikhil. Yeah, just keeping some time here if people want to discuss or share experience, how the practice has been going on.
Namaste everyone. Uh, Jai Shri Ram. The
Yes.
practice is going on, and things are happening which are not expected. Uh, Very difficult to explain and find out the logic, or even figuring out how it was possible. But yes, it was possible. It happened as such that after the Ramayana, incident, like that those weeks, and then Hanuman Chalisa started in between. Like we didn't plan Sundarakand, but we just this Saturday it happened at a place like who never it's impossible. It's impossible, but it happened. And today I have received this chain from Ayodhya.
Oh,
So just now I received this evening. So I am just feeling very connected. And yesterday, the whole night, I am part of 108 Hanuman Chalisa team.
hmm.
Like, people have planned this and I am part of it. So I have not figuring out whether I'm where I'm starting, when I'm ending. But each phase I'm finding myself that I'm chanting one of the in between the Chalisa. So that was very surprising.
Hmm.
But as I'm doing the chanting, I am not consciously putting effort. Like, I want to experience something or something that is totally out of the box, out of the schedule right now, what I'm going through.
Okay.
Like, I'm not able to give that conscious effort.
Hmm.
And otherwise, just such a blessing going on.
Hmm.
I'm
Oh,
grateful to the whole team, feeling so deeply connected.
thank you. And thank you for sharing with all of us.
I can go.
Huh.
Yeah, same as what Sushri just shared about her divine blessings and experiences, magical experiences. It's just happening. कुछ करना नहीं पड़ रहा. It's just going on, going on, going on. Hmm. Even I can't explain. It is again very personal and experiential, but every week it's getting more deeper and deeper. Yeah, it's becoming way of life now. Like auto mode पे चल रहा है सब.
Okay, good. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you. So it is experiential, so that's good. Jay and Mimamsa also. Okay, okay, sure, Mimamsa. Yes, you are. Thanks for joining. Yeah, anybody who started new, how does it feel going on, continuing? Yes. हो रहा है ना, सब कर रहे हैं एक बार या इतना, हाँ, जो भी एक्सपीरियंस है, यस, गुड, ठीक है, keep at it, and then we'll keep seeing. Today we'll uncover one more aspect of Hanuman Chalisa. Okay, चलिए. So before we go to the new part, let's quickly recap with gratitude to all of them who has helped us bring this Hanuman Chalisa. So we saw first quickly introduction, who is Sri Hanuman, right? The first chopais, and we saw that he is a complete yogi, describing him in all glory. We also saw that a complete yogi is also a complete individual. So for an individual, it becomes one. When you are a full yogi, then your mind, body, spirit, everything becomes beautiful. So it's the other way. We don't have to make our body beautiful. It becomes beautiful as we follow this path. Same happens with our mind and as we get more and more connected. So this is just the process and sort of this is like the outcome. We like to get the goals first. So in some ways, this is like sharing what's likely to happen and also describing him. So we are inspired to be that way. And we also saw that how his essence, he gets it from four parents. We saw the significance of both Kesari, Anjani as the physical parents, and Pavan, who is more like a energy parent, or from a prana standpoint, how he is the sort of represents prana in our system, which is also loosely translated as the life force, but it's really the energy in our system. And Shiva as the spiritual parent, the essence of Shiva in his Vairagya, that he is part of that. So these verses tell us that. That's what we believe. And then last time we saw what is his secret sauce. We saw the secret sauce. The first part was the way he, or the attitude with which he did his task, which was that it is about the task and not about me. So doing everything with that spirit, which is also sort of the spirit of Karam Yoga, but there being flexible, being saying sometimes it's okay to become small, to be humble, to feel more vulnerable, because that's the right thing, appropriate thing for the task. I wouldn't say right, probably appropriate is a better word. And sometimes to be big, to be powerful, to use all that we have, because that's what the task needs. So it's about the task, sometimes using our body, our force, sometimes using the mind. And also not about me, the gain, the purpose is the larger good. That's what the stories of Sugriv and Vibhishan tell us, right? Tumharo mantra Sukh, Vibhishan mana, Lankeshwar bhai sab jag jana. So with his mind, he could have been, but he chose that the better person, or what is again appropriate. It's all about what fits in with the task. Carrying that attitude, what's come to my plate, let me do it. Use my skills, my abilities to the best of the task. Yeah. Okay. Then we saw that by doing this is his secret sauce, because he achieves everything, right? Achieves everything. So we saw how he achieves wealth, knowledge from all directions, right? All are praising him, all are in his full praise, including immortality. So Yam Kuber Digpal Jahan the, Kavi Kovid Kahin Sake Kahan the. But the most important part is he gets the love, the appreciation, oneness with Rama, which is what he really desires. And that Rama here is not an individual again, it stands for the universal consciousness in a more neutral sense, that it becomes one with that. Right? There is a So there is a very interesting part on this, but that's what he really desires, that and he gets that also. So he's getting everything: wealth, uh, fame, immortality, and also oneness with Rama spiritually. Also, again, gains everything. And then we ended with this, where in these two chopais, how he describes the template of a human life. That when we start, we have infinite possibility which get limited just because we don't have the wisdom. So when we are children, we have infinite possibility, but we don't have the wisdom, so it gets limited. And as we grow older, our possibilities get lesser. But it is when we unlock it, when we become aligned with ourselves, dedicated to our cause, that we can really go on and do whatever. We even don't know what is possible. So we don't know our own capabilities, our own possibilities. It's just when we become that dedicated. And in his words, he says, Prabhu Mudrika Meli Mukhumahi Jaladi Landi Gaye Acharaj Nahi. This is just a symbol, right, of how much we don't know how much we can jump, how high we can fly, in other words. Right. So this is where we stopped last time. Just want to see if there are any questions, comments before we carry on with today's part now after this. Yeah. Okay. So let's continue. No. Any questions, comments here? Yeah. Any reflections from the week? Okay. Let's continue and we'll discuss more. So now what we'll go to the third part, right? So you're saying, who is Sri Hanuman? What is his secret sauce? And then now, to some extent, the question I think Nikhil was asking last time, what do we get? What does Sri Hanuman give? Right? What do we get by chanting the Hanuman Chalisa? There has been obviously I told some research that they have done on chanting Hanuman Chalisa versus other things, etc. How it helps our nervous system, that we discuss. But there is some parts which are described in the Hanuman Chalisa, and we'll see that a little bit today and in the next class and next session also, on how that happens. Yeah. So it starts with, I'm very happy what both Mona and Sushri said, because this is where we start today. Durgam kaj jagat ke jete, sugam manugrah tumre tute. Right? So whatever is Durgam kaj, difficult task in the world, they become sugam. They become easy when we are with Hanumanji. Tumre tete, right? By your grace, by your anugrah, even the most difficult task in the world, Durgam kaj jagat ke jete. So all the difficult tasks in the world become sugam by your grace, by your anugrah. They become very easy to accomplish if Sri Hanuman is there, right? So that's sort of the nature. That's the first thing that starts happening. So it's very nice to hear that already those examples are coming up. Then he says, Ram duare tum rakhware, hot na agya binu paisa. This is this comes up again. This is like he's just introducing in the first two, but I'll share the story here. So Ram duare tum rakhware. So what he is, the literally means you are the guard. Ram duar, the door of Sri Ram, you are the guard. Tum rakhware, you are the protector. As if Sri Ram needs a protector, right? So, but he is the protector, right? So what does that mean? Hot na agya binu paisare. So without your agya, without your permission, no one can go in or out, right? So it is said, like the story, one of the stories goes that after the coronation and Sri Ram was in his palace, right? And so he realized his time had come. So now he had to go, he had to leave. But then he realized, there is Hanuman standing outside. So if Hanuman is outside, he won't allow Yamraj to come also. So Ram duare tum rakhware, hot na agya bin paisare. So without Hanuman's permission, even Yamraj can't come. So if Yamraj can't come, Sri Ram cannot go. So he said, what to do now? But my time has come. This is part of the Leela. He is born. He has to pass away. So what does he do? He takes his ring and throws it in puts it through a crack in the floor. It goes to the patal. So then he tells Hanuman, please come. I have lost my ring. You can become all this small and all. So can you get my ring? So that's again, see, Hanuman becomes small. He goes into Patal to get the ring. And that's when Sri Ram takes advantage of that and leaves for his departure. But the other part of the story also is that when he goes to Patal, what does Hanuman find? Hanuman finds a mountain of rings of Ram, not a single ring, right? So this story has been happening. That's what they are trying to say. It's a cycle. It will keep happening, and that's when Hanuman realizes, it's time. It's time even for Sri Ram to go. Of course, he is Chiranjeevi. He is still around. But this is a story just to say this: Ram duare, tum rakhware, hot na agya bin paisa. The other meaning, which we'll see a little bit more for us, is it's also for us, right? Because to reach Ram, we need his permission. Our goal is also to reach Ram, right? Ram, as I said, signifies that universal oneness, universal consciousness. So he is sort of there. So we need him to even reach Ram because his permission, his blessing is required. That's what Sri Goswami Tulsidas ji is trying to tell us, and that's how his experience was also in his own life. He first encountered Hanuman, and then Hanumanji is who took him to his experience of Sri Ram, which is recounted Goswami Tulsidas ji in his life. Where is the story of the rings from? Nikhil is asking. It's from one of the Puranas. I'll check exactly which one. I think from one of the Puranas. Yeah. Yes, try different versions. Mimamsa is saying yes of this Hanuman Chalisa. Okay. So yeah, so this is one of the, this is also cited as now modern, I think sometimes science people will say this of this repeating universe, expansion, collision, like it's just a cycle that continues. So Ram दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना रक्षक रक्षक और रक्षक काहू को डरना सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा right so this picture is showing it very nicely so in your sharan tumhari sharna in your sharan sab sukh which are these people the three people right who is protected tum rakshak kahu ko darna so all these so called demons or difficulties are behind this barrier right so all those who seek refuge in you enjoy every kind of happiness so that's the message sab sukh lahe tumhari sharna so in your sharan in your protection in your refuge all happiness is there. Sab sukh. There is no qualification there. So Hanumanji is capable of giving everything. Tum rakshak kahu ko darna. So it's just a rhetorical question. If you are the protector where there is fear. So it's a place of fearlessness. There is no place for fear when Sri Hanumanji is there. And that's what we see him as. He's just stating that right now. So this is like the setup. Now we'll see some of the specifics that come. सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना why that he says आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोग हाकते कापे so your तेज your power आपन तेज समारो आपे is matlab nobody else can control it only you can that's how the description of prana is also that's how powerful our system is I don't know if people have seen these hypnosis shows or not right I remember in one of my early days at McKinsey in one of our BA trainings they had a hypnosis person hypnosist had come what he did was he hypnotized a person and by making him lie on 3 chairs right and then he removed the chair from the middle and told him you are like a iron rod right he gave him that suggestion the person and he became like an iron rod stiff so everyone was till that time thinking ha chal raha hai kuch we don't believe then he went and sat on the person in the middle and the person still held on right just at the two edges so that's our power the power of our system is so high but our subconscious that's what hypnosis allows us right it allows us to pass that subconscious layer but that's how powerful we each can become and that's what he's saying that apan tej samaro ape you only can contain control realize your power nobody else tino log haakte kape all three worlds kape they tremble right at your roar haak is the haakna bolte roar it's your voice they all tremble and they've shown all the three loks which is patal prithvi and devlok also so even devas are subservient to Hanumanji. He is above the Devas. That's what this is also telling us, right? That's why he could consume Surya Dev. Pavan Dev is, of course, his parent. He has a Vajrang, so Indra can't do anything. Right? So, Tino log haak te kape. That's why he can do what? Sab sukh lahe tumhari sharna. tum rakshak kahu ko darna. There is nothing that he needs to be afraid of. So he can protect us from anything. And again, putting it in our context, it's if our system, if our nervous system, if our pranic flow is working, we don't have to fear anything. We are fully capable. Right. So looking at it from that lens, at that interpretation, this is the literal one. But as we become more and more aligned with our own prana, that's what will start happening. That the fear will go. First thing, the fear goes away. Fear is what dissolves first. Okay. Apan तेज समारोह आपे तीनों लोग हाँकते कापे. Then what is one of the fear? भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. So here bhoot pisach literally is what? Evil spirits, right? They won't even come near you. Mahavir jab naam sunave. So even if they hear just the name of Mahavir, of Hanuman, they will not come near also. That's sort of the literal meaning, bhoot pisach. Right? If you think of bhoot pisach, what are our bhoot? Bhoot also means the past, right? Bhoot also means the past. Right? So our past is what creates our present. Our karma, our now also we use the word trauma. Right? So all our bhoot pisach actually is our own mental afflictions, our kleshas, our trauma which is troubling us. Right? We are just living through those patterns. So he's telling us bhoot pisach nikat nahi aave, Mahavir jab naam sunave. So all those mental health, as we call it today, or all these tensions, worries that are there, which are based on our past fears, which are based on our past experiences, they won't come near us. So this is one of the first things. So sab sukh laye tumhaari sharna, we are going with that phrase, right? So bhoot pisach nikat nahi aave. That's one of the first things we'll be free from. After fear. Fear to chala hi gaya. But bhoot pisach, our past troubles which creates, are all the fears that we have built over time. They will start dissolving. Bhoot pisach nikat nahi aave, Mahavir jab naam sunave. Next is what? Nashe rog hare sab peeda, japat nirantar hanumat bija. So nase means nash. Nashe rog. So it finishes all rog. Hare sab peeda. Nashe rog hare sab peeda, japat nirantar hanumat bija. So all our rog, all the diseases, ailments, they will all vanish. Nash. Unka nash ho jayega. नाशे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा. So now the diseases which may have come also, the silent killers, they will also go. Modern science is telling us what? More and more, most of these silent diseases are psychosomatic, right? All our physical ailments, a lot of those, most of them, all these diabetes, hypertension, obesity, asthma, COPD, so many we can keep naming. They have their origin in our mind, in our kleshas. So there is a whole study called adverse childhood events, which they have found a very heavy correlation again. So these two are very closely linked. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नासे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा. It's like a first thing, remedy. All mental and physical ailments are gone. If we just do what is very important, japat nirantar hanumat bira. So if you see, it has changed from the previous one. What was the previous one? भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. So first you will just be free by taking his name. By hearing the name also they will go. That's the first level. Now when we do japat nirantar hanumat bira, so we make it more continuous. We become regular. So Sushri was talking of 108 times. So that's a very high level of regularity. We start with once a day regular. Right? That's some kind of nirantar abhyas, where we do it regularly. So nirantar doesn't mean, of course, very great if we can do 24/7. But if we can't do 24/7, then if we do every day once, that is also nirantar. That is also considered as nirantar abhyas, something at regular frequency. So I always say, instead of doing 2 one day, 0 next day, do once every day. So you can build that rhythm of once every day. It's far more powerful. Why? Because that's how it works on our nervous system. So if we do japat nirantar Hanumat Veera. If we keep saying his name Nirantar, just again imagine what will happen to our nervous system. It will keep aligning. That's what the nervous system learns, right? What fires together, wires together. All sports personalities are built that way, right? The same stroke they will do 10,000 times to master, be it tennis, cricket, any sport. That's how you master anything, and that's how you master even this. And he says, if you do this, nase rog hare sab peeda. So your diseases will go because it will regulate your nervous system. All psychosomatic ailments are gone. This is the direct benefit of Hanuman Chalisa or Hanumat Veera. And then संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे. So he's now taken it to the third level. So we have started with four. I'll again recap this. आपन तेज, she's saying पहले तो सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी चरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना. So all happiness will come. The first is डर will go, fear will go. Then आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोग हाँकते कापे. Why? Because you are so strong. This is gone. Then भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. By saying the name, what will happen? Your past afflictions, all that will go. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे. Then नासे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा. So now you increase the frequency. Go to nirantar and all your diseases, physical, mental, will go away. Then what does he say? संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे. Third level. Sankat te Hanuman chudave. All Sankat will also go. So disease is Sankat which is manifested in your body. But Sankat, even preventive. Te Hanuman chudave. When? Man kram vachan dhyan jo lave. So when you align your man, your mind, your kram means bodily action and vachan, your word. Man kram vachan dhyan jo lave. This is the biggest mantra. This is alignment. When you bring all of these together, then difficulties are gone. There is no difficulty in life. It's preventive. It's almost telling you, this is like truth. This is some can say this is a definition of truth. Man kram vachana dhyana jo lav. Which is your mind, your speech, and your bodily action. So do what you say and say what you do. And then think also the same. Think, say, and do. All three are aligned. There is no white lie. There is no nothing. Right? Our habit now, so we don't even consider small. We just say it. अरे तो बोलना ही पड़ता है टाइप. But that's what starts creating our sankat. That's what creates that karma which keeps binding us. It's giving us the एकदम base mantra, man kram vachana dhyan jo lave. Then what happens? Sankat te Hanuman chudave. So your sankat, all difficulties will go, which you know or you don't even know. They won't even come. There is no suffering. It's a freedom from that suffering. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. नासे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा. And then संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे. He's giving us everything. First is, right, 3 levels, as I just to summarize. No fear, physical and mental health, and then preventive. There is no sankat only. Sankat te Hanuman chudave. Before it comes, it will go. Take a pause here, see if there are questions, thoughts. This is for today. I think we've reached 26, so more than halfway. We'll have the remaining 14 for the other two. But yeah. Thoughts, questions? Sab sukh lahe tumhaari Sharna. That's today's motto. Yes, Abhishek.
Sandeep, 26, on question on 26 only, like you said, this is something which always trouble me. Okay. I always try to be truthful, like कि आपने बोला ना उसमें कि what you are thinking, what you are saying, what you are doing, all these things should align. Okay.
And this is what I always try to do. But then people manipulate me. And whenever I see everyone around me, because being truthful, because my inner, it doesn't allow me to say random things, and when I say others, I always feel ki, yeah, what they are saying, what they are thinking is not what they are doing, but that is either helping them to, I don't know, whatever, grow or something. And I never, they just get advantage. How? I don't know whether it is related to this, but again, since you mentioned that thing, right? Again, it just hit me. Like how, like this, but this is not how world works, right? And again, I'm still not going with that way, but this at times trouble me. Like
Yeah.
because recent incident last night also, like I had some people who I was talking, and then कुछ भी बोल रहे हैं, but they are the ones who are sort of successful, sort of they are like, at least in terms of, I don't know, success की definition भी अलग है, but they are being considered successful. But I can see that every statement that they are saying, they are being manipulative, lying and all. But this is how world is working.
Yeah. But and the world is not free from sankat, na. So they may be, like you said, successful in quote unquote some measure, but long term wise, they won't have that peace. They would be free from sankat. Eventually, it will catch up. That's what he's trying to tell us. That's what we have to find assurance in. You're right, absolutely. Sometimes initially it doesn't seem like that. It seems like, oh, they are somehow gaining. And yeah, it's maybe some of their past stuff is giving them some good results, but if they are not using it correctly, eventually it will catch up. There is a time gap. That's all I can say. And that's what both he's trying to say, Goswamiji, and that's what I have seen. That's what everything else also keeps telling us, that eventually it does catch up. But yeah, in the short term, not necessarily.
What's the difference between the three? The first part says you repeat his name. The second says, so you bifurcated between the three. Is it
Yeah.
ultimately all leading to chanting the Hanuman Chalisa? And there was also a part where you said he's the guard to Ram Bhagwan.
Yes.
And
Ram Duare Tum Rakha.
the ultimate goal is to reach the quote unquote Ram, and hence Hanumanji is important. Those three things, those two things, I was not very clear of on how do they tie up. Is all the three parts saying to chant Hanuman Chalisa, and when you say 24/7, then that is something somebody else had picked up. कि and you had corrected कि full time नहीं करना है. You have to find dedicated space. You have to give it time, and that is when you respect it. You when you're just randomly doing it, like I would say ki I used to travel and do it, but then I stopped doing that. I find space where I have my own centered environment. So they seemed a little contrary, or I didn't follow them through.
Yeah. So, firstly, on the Ram Duare Tum Rakhware Hotna Agya Bin Paisare, we'll come to that a little bit more in the second part, which is
Okay.
next session, right? Because that is
Yeah.
the other gains. So, we'll see he gives us benefits which are both material and spiritual.
Okay.
Okay. So, today we are talking of the material one. Ram is the spiritual one, which we'll see a little bit next time. But because he's set it up, it's like his first two, he says you get both, right? Then today we have done a deeper dive in the material side. On the material side, the difference that I see, I come to understand is like भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. So even by hearing the name or just in the time of trouble, how does it start? अरे आज प्रॉब्लम है, अरे अभी बोलो हनुमान चालीसा, ऐसे ही स्टार्ट होता है ना. पहले पहले वी आर नॉट रेगुलर, राइट. कई बार जब बहुत तकलीफ में है तब याद करते हैं, या कुछ ऐसा डर
Yes.
लग रहा है, अरे चलो अभी हनुमान चालीसा
Yes.
बोलो, या अभी
Yes.
हनुमान जी का नाम. दैट्स द फर्स्ट वन, right? So because we believe by chanting the name in that moment, it's like a acute part, right? In that moment when we chant it, it will bring us strength, it will remove the current problem that's there, right? That is the first one. Bhoot pisach nikat nahi aave mahavir jab naam sunave. It's just saying, hearing the name, they won't come. Then the second is नाशे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा जपत निरंतर हनुमत भी. So when we do japat nirantar, So now how we understand Nirantar is up to us. What I was trying to say, there are both versions of Nirantar. Some might say the best Nirantar is 24/7, which practically may not be possible. Right? We can't do 24/7. The other version of Nirantar is also, which is there in Yoga Sutras, is that doing something regularly. Like you say, every day I'll do it once. And that's when I said it's better to do once every day than twice once and then zero, then that becomes a
Okay,
little bit.
you were advocating for the second.
Yes.
I didn't
Advocating
follow that
is
chapter.
the practical. Obviously, if we can do all, then it's great. But the practical, at least do that which is at a regular interval. Because there is, our body clock is moving at a daily cycle. There is a cycle in our, the sun rises, there is a natural cycle, and our system also moves in that natural cycle. So if we latch on to that natural cycle, do it regularly, at least once, that's good enough to start with. And the more we can do Nirantar, the more our, this whole system will start getting clearer. So Nase Rog, Hare Sab Pida. So all the diseases which have come will start going away. Right? Our nervous system will get more and more regulated. So in this, in the Yoga Sutras, they have a very interesting, they classify sadhaks, like whoever is doing sadhana based on their tivrata, their eagerness to do. So they say mridu, madhya, adhik, and beyond adhik also. So somebody who is less eager, moderate eager, and somebody who is very eager. Right? So you do it as per yours, and the benefit will come as per that, as per that. Right? So whatever is. So Japat Nirantar is your Nirantar. Whatever, but it also means regular. More important, वो एंथू में वैसा नहीं करना है. आज चलो ये फिर छोड़ दो, भूल जाओ. That doesn't help as much is my experience. And again, mathematically, all of these are exponential processes. So they rise and then they start tapering exponentially. But when they fall exponentially also. So you do regular, it rises, it falls, rises. You will keep moving at some trajectory. That's why that regularity is important. Again, good to do, I feel in my experience, twice a day, morning, evening, once, rather than twice together. Because you're preventing the drop before it becomes too big, right? So you're catching it up. So once morning, once evening is better than twice in the morning and zero in the evening.
Got it.
Right? So if you go from 1 to 2, that would be a much more effective way of doing it. And then the third one is what? Sankat te Hanuman chudave, man kram vachana dhyan jo lave. So the sankat, the problems, other problems also, physical ailments, they will either not come or you will be free from them. If there are two ways you can understand this, man kram vachana dhyan jo lave. First, when you are reciting it, when you are calling out Hanumanji's name, have his image in your mind, not just vachan. Have experience him in your body. See what happens in your body as you do that, right? You are not doing anything. You are aligning yourself completely as you are doing, which some of you shared last time, that now creating that dedicated time is making a difference, right? Which is what this is also telling us at the starting point, right? Again, we practice that mankram vachana dhyana jo lave, bringing those three together, at least for Hanumanji to start with, when we say Hanuman Chalis. Then can we extend it to all other activities of our life? When we do
Then
that,
that ties up to faith, right? Then you have faith on eventually things will work out, or have faith that things will align.
yes,
Got it.
if you are aligned, if internal is aligned, external will get aligned. Right?
Got it.
And yes, you have to start with faith because there is no data, like we discussed. But once you start with that faith, it will get stronger because things will align. Like both Shusri and Mona were saying, right? They are seeing that alignment happening now. And I'm sure others have also have had those moments of synchronicity and something just happened. You don't have any logical reason why it happened, but something got like fit in place. Right? When we align, this aligns, then this has to align. It's like because we are all connected, the system is connected, but we can control this, we can't control that. So we align this, then that gets aligned. That's what this is telling us. Mankram vachana dhyana jo lave, then sankat te Hanuman chudave. Then sankat will be free from sankat.
Got it. Thanks.
Yes, Rajesh.
Sandeep, I had one question, because generally what happens that when you are kind of chanting at the time of a trouble, when you are going through some fear, then that concentration and that connection is not there. So somewhere like
Yes.
that, just you're doing because that's the practice. But is there any kind of tip around that? That how do we kind of still maintain our calm? Because that's the purpose, but somewhere it gets intermingled and doesn't happen in the right
Yes.
way.
So when in trouble, right, like he said, that time just say the name. It's okay. Right?
Okay.
But that will become better and better when you create that time when you are not in trouble, right? Like morning mein uthe ho to you are okay, or a time when you feel at peace, proactively as you do it, at that time do it with dhyan. Right? Mankram
Okay.
vachana dhyan jo lave. So that time you do it, then you will find that in trouble time it will happen also. First, troubles will come down, as he is promising. Second, in that trouble time also, you will be able to do that.
Okay.
And few things, hacks also, we use science or nervous system for that, right? So, for example, you can make your mobile ka background like that. So it is subconsciously always sending you signals because we keep looking at our mobile so much, right? So
Mm-hmm.
right? So if your backdrop is whatever, sorry if you can't see how, but whatever your backdrop is, you are seeing it throughout the day. Your screensaver, your laptop around you, it's just going behind me. So even if I don't see it, I know now he's behind me because there on my camera, I know it's there. My system knows
Mm-hmm.
even though it's blur for you, I know. So it gives me
Mm-hmm.
again support, right? So you can do those things because our nervous system, our senses are always taking this information whether consciously,
Mm-hmm.
but they are affecting us subconsciously. So we are programming
Okay.
our subconscious to be without fear,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that's another, like you asked, suggestion. That's one way to have. That's why we keep these things because it helps us. This creates a positive connection within us.
Right.
It creates a support system for us on our own. We don't depend on it. That's one way to do it.
Okay.
And definitely do the recitation when you are at ease, right? At least once a day. Then you will get into that habit that it won't be only that. And
Mm-hmm.
hopefully troubles will come down on their own. Sumit, you had your hand up, right? Yes.
No, I actually just wanted to add
Hmm.
to what you were saying that I also noticed that what Raji's question, right? Ki, uh, when we are in trouble, then the alignment is not there. What I've noticed is that chanting it brings me back into a very calm state. So, अगर in trouble time भी हम पढ़े, I think chanting in itself has a way of regulating the nervous system, bringing it back to a little calm state.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And in some ways, I think we are in full alignment because when we are in trouble, all we want is protection. So we are calling him for protection. So we are in alignment. Our mind wants protection. We are saying his name for protection. And body is also, then we'll start feeling safer. It's for us.
And you're activating those themes, right? Like जब आप ये बोल रहे हो, then you're activating uh,
Yeah.
that safety, that feeling of courage.
Yes.
So language also plays that role.
Oh, beautiful. Language plays a huge role. Yes, Apuksha.
Isn't it that we're always just asking for things? Some set of part of me when I say I'm doing things out of faith, there's also greed involved, or some part of me is very needy कि भाई कर दो यार इसको ठीक कर दो.
Yes.
And then maybe not doing things on my own, but trusting things to work out on their life, expecting magic instead of effort is an extreme of an example, but also some nuance around that with greed and like expecting magic to happen and not my effort, not my doing is some confusion that I go around when I'm looking at Hanumanji. At least because I used to do that a lot while I used to prepare for my exams. I have exam phobia. How much ever I prepare, I will have a mental breakdown before giving it. So I was like, भाई कौन सा मैजिक एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं नहीं जो जो लग रहा है वो तो होगा ही ना या तो नहीं पढ़ा है या पढ़ा है either of if it will happen what magic are you expecting it to happen I was never sure of but I did recite it because my mother told me to do so.
Yes. And did you
I was
do?
always very
How did you
confused
do in
around
your
it.
exam?
It did become a CA in my first attempt, so that did happen.
That did happen. Yes, you did well. Yeah. So that's why I think this is. So there are like two levels to see it, right? You see it as some external entity which will come and protect you, right? That's the way we are typically taught, and that's what we expect. And for some, when that happens, it seems like magic, right? अरे मैंने याद किया वो आ गए और मेरे को. So that's one way, right? The other way to understand this is when we say this, it regulates our nervous system. So I go in my exams in a calmer state. So all that I have studied, I am able to recall and reproduce and answer better to deal with that situation. The exam is one, but life situation also, right? If we are in a calm state, if we are in a regulated nervous system state, we will deal with it very differently than if we are in a fearful state. Correct? Same situations.
Yeah.
So what this is helping us do is that by creating that association of courage, creating an association of a protector, creating an association of feeling safe. The safety
Okay.
is the first thing what drives our nervous
Yes.
system out of control, fight, flight, freeze. So this creates that sense of safety. So it will regulate our nervous system. We come to a place from where we can do what we have to do because that information is also within us on what has to be done in this moment. If nothing,
Got
we
it. So
know who to reach out to. If we can't do it, we know who to reach out to. But that idea will also not come if we are in a scared state.
because it seems like you're greedy, you're just asking ki Bhagwan, and here it's put in a very different way that God is giving you all of this. You're not really asking him, he's giving it, and it's more gracious of God that he's giving it to you and you're not really asking for it. But my brain always tells me कि full time कुछ मांग ही क्यों रहे हो?
Yeah.
Uh,
Or
maybe coming from self-sufficiency.
on that also in Bhagavad Gita it stated much more clearly. He says very clearly, you come for whatever reason. They state there are 4 reasons why Bhakt come. One is to protect, second is for wealth, third is for knowledge, and fourth is for love. Whatever your current desire, your current state is, you start seeking me for that. It's okay.
Okay.
Because
That's
all
okay.
these, that's okay. He says very clearly, it's okay. You start with whatever you are. Don't judge your current state.
Okay.
But
Got it.
don't get stuck there also. Right? Once you get that, like wealth, certain level, good, then move. Knowledge, certain level, good, then move. Fear, so continue the journey. Don't get stuck there.
Got it. Interesting.
It's okay to start there. He says, no worries. Whatever reason you come, you come. You start this journey. Because there's nothing wrong with wealth. Wealth is needed for everything, right? We can't survive without it. So there's no, yeah, nothing wrong with wealth. Wealth is essential for the society to function also.
Got it. Interesting. Thanks.
I remember when I was 8 years old, I had started. So I was reading the Hanuman Chalisa. I mean, I wasn't reading the Hanuman Chalisa, but somebody had translated जो शत बार पाठ कर जो एक छूटे बंदी भाषा कोई saying जो भी 100 बार पढ़ लेता है जो मांगोगे मिल जाता है. That was my first step. अच्छा, if this happens, then and that's when I started reading. कि वहां से शुरू हुआ था कि 100 बार पढ़ लोगे तो हो जाएगा. आई वाज काउंटिंग डेज कि कब 100 होते हैं.
तो उसमें अभी आप वो उस पे आएंगे. जो ये करेगा. That's the next week. Okay. Any other thoughts, comments? Have people had any of these experiences? Yes, no. For me it's been like I started sometime in my 11th 12th. I think it was studies were on. I started with that, but I don't know whether I started with a particular goal for my studies, but I started with just saying, it looked good. I felt nice, so I started it chanting Hanuman Chalisa, and I think it helped me. वही exams में तो it definitely helped calm the nerves, and I was able to do that. And then some phase came after that where I stopped, and then I got like life happened. A lot of stuff happened in deep trouble at some point, and then I picked it up again. The one thing though I kept constant, my life was a fast on Tuesdays. So Tuesdays has been special for me. That's been now, I think, over 30 years. So, and I kept that. So that reminder stayed, but I left the practice of Hanuman Chalisa. And that's why to me, chanting, reciting is very important. The problem happened in the middle. Only 1 year I left the fast also. And then the deepest problem happened. So then I got back to it and I started back with Hanuman Chalisa slowly, slowly. And then things started settling, getting better. And then I did it for a few years. And then again stopped because this was still 20s, right? So 20s में फिर छूट गया हनुमान चालीसा कुछ दिन के लिए. But this time I said Tuesdays नहीं छोड़ूंगा. Tuesdays I continue. So again problem happened. तो आई सेड नहीं भाई अब ये चैंटिंग भी कभी नहीं छोड़ना है तो अब वो रहता है दैट्स लाइक पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ इट डजंट डे डजंट स्टार्ट cannot start only without it wherever I am whatever I am doing I think besides vipassana where they ask us explicitly not there I ask his permission and I said ठीक है काम तो सेम ही चल रहा है उधर भी नर्वस सिस्टम पे अलग वे से काम चल रहा है but yeah and things have changed with time as that gets I see that it's my state which starts changing and the situation doesn't change first it takes time but as this starts changing within then the external also starts changing so अच्छा अब आरके सर इज आल्सो टोल्ड यस वो तभी कोटा के 11 से स्टार्ट हुआ है तो आरके सर के साथ so you might remember it okay
What's the significance of fasting though? Like, what is the
fasting on that day or
on
generally
Tuesdays? Yeah.
so I think so firstly let's come to fasting now to more and more science is discovering the benefits of fasting and they are claiming it as something they have discovered intermittent fasting this many days that many days so I think there is just again pure health benefit from regulating the digestive the hormonal system which affects your nervous system so our hormonal, immune, and nervous system are in very close contact. They are constantly giving feedback to each other. They are in feedback loop. So nervous system gets disturbed, hormone will get disturbed. Hormone gets disturbed, nervous system will get disturbed. Right? So we know in diabetes, neuropathy is, for example, a very common thing, and everything else, and immunity starts getting compromised all of that. And so what fasting does with besides our metabolism, it shifts our hormonal change also because the chemistry starts changing. So in my very simplistic understanding to explain it simply, our biology is organized as some people have told one of the IIT professors I met, he said he has modeled the biology of human system as 1,000 reactions, 100,000 different chemical reactions going on where the end product of one is the input of the other. Right? So it's like change. If I change this concentration, the next reaction will get affected. And the next, and the next, and then they form some cycle, right? So such a big chain of reactions, if anybody does the math, it requires a certain time to regulate itself if it's gone out of regulation. So even if you do just that weekly fast, it will keep bringing that system back into regulation. Because by eating food, we are obviously affecting it, right? The whole digestive process will affect that chemical change. And yeah, the worse food we eat, the more processed food we eat, the bigger harm, right? So that 1 day of fasting or time duration of fasting allows that system to reset. Then which allows the rest of the again system to reset. Now, again, just like we like different gods, they've given different gods different days. So you choose your day. You choose your god, you choose your day so that you do at least once a week. That's my very simple. And then
You don't
obviously,
eat the entire day.
no, I break it in the evening. Earlier I used to. It's harder to do it at home. When I was in hostel, I would do without water, without food the whole day. But now it's hard. There are family around pesters कि खाओ खाओ, अब आदत भी चली गई है, चली जाती है फिर. But you
Right.
define
People
your
now
week.
fast, they eat more junk. They're eating all the aloo, they are eating all the fries. So
That's
fasting
why.
in my by nonsense.
हाँ, तो
You
you
ate
do.
much than what you ate on a regular day.
Yeah. So I go with define your fasting norms as per your convenience. You do as per you, right? Some people will say they have fruits. Good, if you like fruits, have that. So do as per what works for you. Do it gently. If you have not done it, it takes some time. But once you get used to it, it's doable. Even in Vipassana, they do it, right? You have just 2 meals in a day. Like at 7 in the morning, 11 or 12. That's it. After 12, next day at 7, you have. So it's a pretty long break there, 19 hours or so of fasting. But
Right.
do it as per your preference. Yes, Sushi.
I was just adding to that. I only understood the meaning of as a child. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. Because I have to go to the coaching class and which had a dark road
Yes.
and no current. There was a small patch. So that helped me cross the road. Like very typical transactional thing.
Yeah.
कि ये करने से ये पार हो जाएंगे.
Karna
So
se.
that helped me.
Yeah.
But the chanting was happening in a very, I would say, mechanical way. We are told to do it in the evening, so we
Yes.
have to sit together, do it, and rush for the other job. So no focus on the chanting, but to start it and end it and
Yeah.
move.
Yeah.
My
And
cousin
that's what
sister
happened, right? You started with that. See, now that has grown, right? So as a child, you have
and
to introduce some very basic concepts. You can't do too much theoretical
my
analysis.
younger cousin sister, she did 100 times because she thought nobody is doing any puja in the home and the difficulties in the family is, she was a child and she decided on her own. She learned from her guruji, like in the school, from a teacher, that you do it. She did it. And in her 10th board, while she was writing the paper, she had a high fever of 103 or 104. And apparently she forgot everything. Like she thought she would be able to, but after half an hour, she did not know what to do. And she just prayed to Hanumanji that I would fail this exam and none other than you could save my face. People are expecting me to be a topper in the class, but I think I'll fail because I cannot finish. She was trembling and shaking. So she started chanting Hanuman Chalisa and she slept off. She could not finish. She was 104 fever. And in her experience, a monkey came from the window, which was a broken window in the first floor of the school. It came and sat near her desk, holding her pen. It's 2000. It's the year 2000. She gave her matriculation, 4 years younger to me. And she told, then I got up from some time and I saw myself finishing the paper. But no time memory of when and what and all. She realized that she could finish. And everybody else in the room, when she asked, did you see a monkey? They told, yeah, there was a monkey who came and entered, but everybody chased. It went off. And, but you slept off almost until the end of exam. She scored 95 in Sanskrit. That was her Sanskrit paper. And when she told, nobody believed in the family other than me. Because I told her, हाँ संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे. Because you sincerely prayed because you would fail. I could understand that, what it means. So I believed in her that it could be true. She told, no, the monkey was sitting the whole time here. And I didn't have the energy to also get scared. I was so done with it, like 104. So that made me, believing even in the Bhakt, taking me to believing in him.
Yeah.
So it just came up. I forgot this instant.
Oh, okay. Thank you for sharing it here. Yeah. So wonderful.
I would like to share a small experience.
Ah,
It's not very intense, but I just noted one thing that see, usually what you do in the night before sleeping or what happens in the day, it has a impact on you when you're just about to get up. It is playing in your head, and that is what become your dream. Or you say that I didn't have good sleep. That one thing was continuously playing. Stress, we call it, and all. But the first time I had attended this session, and I think chanting Hanuman Chalisa before sleeping, and of course we were discussing it so much. It was the last thing I did before sleeping, and that was playing when I was in the week, the shallow sleep in the morning and all. And I felt that uh, it had a very layering kind of an effect, because it was like a balm. You put in a balm on your nervous system, and nothing else has affected you, and you are a reset button is pressed,
hmm,
because every night there is something that works on you. And it's not that every day it is a heavy stress. Something will go on your subconscious. Your monkey mind will keep doing some activity in the morning. Could be big stress or small stress, but this was like a balm, and continuously it kept playing on my mind, like a song that doesn't get out of your head.
hmm,
And it sort of insulated, or when I'm saying balm or insulation, like an insulation, it incubated that state of mind, and then you start with zero
yeah,
instead of negative. Yeah.
understood. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, going before sleep also can have that effect. Yeah. That's okay. Any other experiences, thoughts? Okay, we'll close. I'll just summarize what we have seen today. So we started with today's theme was what does Sri Hanuman give? And we saw he gives everything. Sab sukh lahe tumhari sharna. Right? So he gives everything. In his sharan there is everything, both material and spiritual. Today we explored, as I said, material. Next time we'll look at what he gives spiritually also. In material, what does he give? We saw Bhoot Pisach Nikat Nahi Aave. So he's giving us protection, safety. There is no fear. He gives us Nase Rog Hare Sab Peeda. So mental and physical health, which is so precious these days. And Sankat Te Hanuman Chudave. So freedom from Sankat and difficulties also. All kinds. Right? So this is general. So it starts with fear, safety, gives us health, and freedom from all difficulties. We can do whatever we want. And what do I have to do? So it's not we just leave it like Apeksha is saying. We have to do something. We have to do our part. At least karam to karna hai. What do I have to do for these gains? We saw that also. The answer is in the same. Bhoot pisach nikat nahi aave. Mahavir jab naam sunave. So we start with taking his name, reciting his name, even in difficulty, right? So even in difficulty, like Shushi was saying, अरे उससे आदत तो डालो अंधेरे में पता नहीं डर लग रहा है. So what do we do at that moment? Start, right? We don't have to do the full thing then, but at least start. We start taking his name, start building that श्रद्धा, that faith. Then नासे रोग हरे सब पीड़ा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा. So we increase our frequency, we make it nirantar. We make it regular in some form, which I'm so glad to hear all of you are doing it once a week. And just see, you will see how things evolve, and probably already seeing it's been 2 3 weeks, 2 weeks now. So couple of more weeks, see how that goes. Just continue this, see. You will find that change within you as you do it. Just I'm just not more. Once daily is also good, but regularly. If you can do more, great. And again, the third one also. These three are very powerful ones to me. संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे. So when you align your mind, your speech and your body. So when you are doing the recitation, keep that intention, which also many of you have started for that. And in everything, start noticing things. This, that is my mind, my speech and my body aligned. Am I doing what I am saying? Don't make very simple things, false promises. Just टालने के लिए मत बोलो, नहीं हो पा रहा है तो बोल दो नहीं हो पा रहा. Oftentimes we don't do that because we are afraid, or we say a white lie, they will find it bad, they will get hurt. वहीं पे we need that first, that courage. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. Right? So remember, there is no threat, no fear. Do it. Do it with Arab, with politeness. With just say, yeah, this is how it is. This is how I am. You will be true to yourself. What may sometimes it may seem like what you wanted didn't happen, but don't see that as failure. It is sankat se Hanuman chudave. Sometimes what we want is our sankat only. We are heading towards our sankat. Right? So we don't get that, it's good for us. My teachers used to say, मन की हो तो अच्छा, मन की नहीं हो तो और भी अच्छा. जब अपने मन की नहीं हो रही तो हनुमान जी की, राम जी के मन की हो रही है तो वो और भी अच्छा है. Why? Because we can only think so much ना. हमें लग रहा है ये बेस्ट है हमारे लिए, हमारा व्यू इतना ही है. But the systemic view is much bigger. So when it doesn't happen as per our choice, it's better. It's taking us away. That's the faith you have to have. ठीक है, मैंने अपना मन क्रम वचन किया, तो जो अगर कुछ what you wanted didn't happen means it's good. It happened because something else is supposed to happen for you. If that had happened, you would have suffered more. You don't know. We can never evaluate that, right? That's the tricky thing with all this. We cannot do a study which says ये किया ये path होगा, ये किया ये path होगा. Because they're never two same paths. Right? We often say river is never the same again. Right? Nothing is same again. It's always different. Everything keeps changing. So we have to believe that only. That yeah, if it didn't happen, it's okay. It was for my good, but I followed the right process. That's the only thing we can be sure of. Did I follow this process? Was my man kram vachan aligned? If that is it, whatever has happened is good. You have to just have faith in that outcome because there's nothing else at all. And same, you can ignore others. Trust if they don't do it, it'll eventually not happen. This is the mool mantra. This is the essence of sort of this practice. This is the finally the like this is all material stuff will be gained through it. Man kram vachana dhyana jo lave. We align that. I end today with this Durgam Kaj, what we started with. Durgam Kaj Jagat ke jete Sugam Anugrah tumre te. All things which seem difficult will become easy once we do it with Hanuman in our heart. Hanuman is more accessible to some, at least most people, as I said, than other Ram. That's why he's so dear. If you have him, Durgam Kaj Jagat ke jete Sugam Anugrah tumre te. Becomes what seems difficult will become easy. This is becomes easy. Just practice, right? The secret is in practice, and that's the only way our system learns. That's the only way these things also work. Okay, yeah. So please continue your practice. Continue it at least once a day. Keep trying it. I am around. If there are more questions, comments, I think we are at time. We'll close. Yeah, we have time. We'll close with a prayer, and then I'm around if there are more questions or comments. So sit comfortably. Then repeat after me. ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् सुख भाव भवे। ओम शांति शांति शांति। Thank you, everyone. I know some of you haven't talked or shared, so please feel free. I'm not going to point you out and put you on a spot, but yeah, feel free to share or comment. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. Have a good night and a good day. I'm around.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep. Thank you, everyone.
Abhishek, thank you.
I wanted to bring a point that I was discussing, right?
Ah,
Uh,